Welcome to Rebuy in AI. I am Salman. I am your mentor. In this video, we will discuss about Linux and Bash basics. Don't worry if you haven't heard Linux and Bash before. In this video, I will try to make it very simple and covering all the basics and fundamentals of Linux and Bash in this video with simple example and fundamentals and learn what exactly Linux and Bash is and what exactly it does and why do we require Linux and Bash. So before that, I will tell you before we will consider Linux as car and Bash as your steering wheel. Right. Before learning how to drive car, you will learn about car. Then later on, you will try to drive. So exactly, this is how Linux work. First, we'll learn about Linux and then we'll study about Bash. In today's topic, we will cover 4 modules involving Linux fundamentals, moving around, file power tools, and lastly, combine and automate. What exactly is Linux? So this is the first question which arises in your mind. What exactly Linux and why do we need? So Linux is nothing but an operating system, just like your Android, Windows, and Mac OS. It is a kind of operating system which is very essential in all the companies because it's very reliable when compared with all other operating system. So it is a core program that directly talks to your computer hardware, just like with CPU, memory, and disk, and lets every other program run on top of it. So Linux is not just an operating system technically. Linux is a kernel. Now you may ask what is a kernel? So kernel is the heart of the operating system. It connects software with hardware. Basically it is a bridge which connects between software and hardware. For instance, we'll take an example here. Suppose आपने खाना ऑर्डर किया जोमेटो पे. आपने जोमेटो से पहले बात किया, ठीक है. फिर ऐप ने जाके रेस्टोरेंट से बात किया. फिर रेस्टोरेंट ने खाना बनाया. सही है ना. तो डिलीवरी पार्टनर ने जाके खाना आपके लिए लेके आया. तो इसमें क्या हुआ. तो जो यूज़र है वो आप हो और एप्लीकेशन तो जोमेटो बन गया. तो डिलीवरी पार्टनर कौन है यहाँ पर. कर्नल. और लास्टली रेस्टोरेंट बन गया अपना हार्डवेयर. सो क्या कर रहा है डिलीवरी पार्टनर जो कर्नल है वो खाना आपके लिए लेके आ रहा है. कहाँ से. रेस्टोरेंट से. जो रेस्टोरेंट यहाँ पर है वो हार्डवेयर है. सो बेसिकली कर्नल यही करता है. नाउ विल डिस्कस अबाउट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. सो व्हाट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. This is the bundle of tools involved in kernel. It is kind of package manager and often a desktop. यहाँ पर भी एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं. जैसे there are different companies, right, like mobile companies like Samsung, OnePlus, Xiaomi, and all other companies. So all this mobile uses what. Android has operating system. Similarly, tools which are mentioned here, Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, CentOS, all are Linux. So think this has your mobile, but this uses Linux. So it is like your parent. So all this are different Linux, right? And all this uses Linux kernel. And why do we need Linux exactly? Right. Most website in the world runs on Linux. If you open Amazon, Google, Facebook, Netflix, their servers are mostly built or based on Linux. अगर आप क्लाउड डेव ओपीएस एआई साइबर सिक्योरिटी या सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में जाना चाहते हो, लाइनक्स ऑलमोस्ट कंपलसरी स्किल है. सो 96% of the world top web servers runs on Linux and 100% of the top 500 supercomputers run on Linux. Similarly, terminal only accepts your input. If you give your input, then and only it accepts. Now let's see about shell. Shell reads your command. It understands what you want. For instance, teacher student question answer, you ask the shell understand, then it asks Linux. So this is what shell means, the program that reads your command and runs them. Bash is only one shell. So group of bash is nothing but shell. So one shell is bash. Bash is one type of shell, right? There are many shells. Bash is the most commonly used. टर्मिनल सिर्फ विंडो पे है, शेल इंटरप्रेटर है, और बैश एक पॉपुलर शेल है. एंड इन द नेक्स्ट पार्ट विल डिस्कस टर्मिनल, शेल एंड बैश. ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर नॉट सेम. सो एग्जैक्टली वी लर्न व्हाट all this means. Terminal. Firstly, we'll begin with terminal. So the terminal is the only the window where we type commands. So in your laptop as well, I'll just show you here. So if you search here terminal, you will guess this interface, right? So this is your terminal. If you give instruction here, you will get output. Exactly, this is what terminal means. So terminal is the only the window where we type commands. Think about WhatsApp. You type a message in WhatsApp. WhatsApp only sends it. It doesn't process your message. Exactly the same scenario it works here as well. Now we will see about reading your prompt. Suppose your screen shows this. This is the prompt user at server, and this is approx slash project, and this is a sign. So what exactly is this? Suppose in the user we're having John, so he becomes a user, right? And server, the machine's host name, and project is current working directory. It is and dollar sign is nothing but ready for output. Suppose in the user you have John and servers Ubuntu, and if you keep this project name as computer name and documents and saved in the folder dollar sign. So this is ready for command. If you see hashtag instead of dollar, it means administrator. And we'll discuss about moving around, finding your way around. All these inputs have different meaning. I will explain one by one what exactly it means. Suppose you enter a shopping mall. Someone asks, "Where are you now?" Your answer is obviously in the second floor, first floor, somewhere exact based on your location. Exactly in the same way, PWD means print working directory. It tells exactly where you are. So it shows the folder you're currently in. As I said earlier, if you're in the shopping mall and someone asks you where are you, you will just tell your exact location. Similarly, if you give PWD, it shows the folder where currently you are in. Right. So we'll move with next is. This command lists everything inside a folder. For instance, imagine opening your school bag. You see notebook, pen, calculator, bottle. Similarly, it shows all the files. If you give this command, it shows files and folder here in detail, right? So if you give this command and minus LA, it means it shows hidden file as well. So this is a command which shows everything inside a folder. Like as I said, if you open your bag, you can see all the things, right? And next we'll discuss about CD. CD is nothing but change directory, and 1s means list, or CD means change directory. So what change directory means? For example, suppose you are in living room, then you go to when you go to kitchen, then bathroom, exactly like changing folders. फोल्डर चेंज करना मतलब रूम चेंज करना, यहाँ पर वही इसका मतलब है. Move into a folder, change directory goes up to one level. And now, the file system is one big tree. What does it mean? Before learning Linux command, we need to understand where files are stored. In Windows, we have different drives like C drive, D drive, E drive. But whereas in Linux, there are no C or D drives. Linux stores everything under one main directory. This directory is called as root directory, and it is represented as forward slash. You can see here this slash is root directory. So all the files are stored under one branch or one trunk, which is root directory. So this is, suppose, consider this as a tree. So this is your main root, and from this root or trunk you will get all different branches. Similarly, Linux stores everything under one main directory, this is root directory, right? So this root is the trunk of the tree. All folders grow from this root just like branches. You can see over here I have mentioned 6 different files. As I said earlier, this is a tree and these are its branches. And we'll discuss few important directories Firstly, we'll discuss about home directory. This is where users keep their personal file. In your laptop, suppose you have kept a different file, personal data. In this, you will keep all your documents, photos, videos, projects, and so on. So this is your home personal user folder. This is where you store all your important data. And coming to the next directory, which is etc. This folder stores system configuration files. Configuration files tells Linux how to behave. For instance, network setting, user setting, software setting, and so on. All these are stored in this particular directory. And the next is var. This folder stores data that changes frequently. For example, log files, cache files, print queue, temporary server data files, all are stored in this which changes. And the next is USR. This folder contains installed softwares and application. Software such as it may be your Python, Git, VS Code, system library, all this program installed for users or kept in this. And fifth is bin directory. This folder contains basic Linux commands which I said earlier, 1s, commands such as cp, mv, cat are stored here. Without this folder, Linux cannot perform basic operation. And the last one is temporary file. This folder stores temporary files. Programs use it while they are running. This file are often deleted automatically after restarting the system. So it is very easier to remember. TMP is nothing but your temporary file. bin is it stores bash code and so on. And we'll move with the next, which is creating, copying, and removing. This slide teaches us how to create, copy, move, and delete files and folders in Linux. We'll discuss 6 different files. Firstly, mkdir nodes. Mkdir means make directory. Basically, it creates a new folder. For example, if you name nodes and create this folder, it is created, right? This is nothing but mkdir node. And the next is touchfile.txt. Touch creates a new empty file. You're just naming it. So now one empty file named as file is created. This is what it means. And next is cpa and b. cp means copy. It copies one file to another. Now b is an extract copy of a text file. And the next one is mva, text notes. So mv here it means move. It moves a file to another folder. It is also used to rename files. And coming to the fifth one, which is rm file. Rm means remove. It permanently deletes a file. There is no recycle bin in Linux. As I said earlier, there is no recycle bin. And the last one is rm minus r notes. Here r minus r means recursive. It deletes a folder and everything inside it. So basically this is what it means. And next we'll move with looking inside file. In this I'll going to explain how to read a file content. Cat file txt. This displays the entire file at once. So how is this useful? For small files it is best command which is given. And the next one is less file.txt. It is used to basically show one page at a time. Just like use up and down keys to scroll, press q to exit, and this is best for large file. And the next is head file txt. This shows the first 10 lines of a file. Suppose you are having a file named head file. So if you give this command, it gives, you will see 20 lines of the folder if you give this command. And lastly, tail -f log txt. So basically this shows last line of a file and keeps updating automatically. And how is this useful? This is useful in for monitoring log files while a program is running. And next, moving forward, we will see finding things fast. Firstly we'll discuss about grep, which is grep. This searches inside a file. Suppose you're having a file grep error log.txt. It finds every line containing the word error. And recursive search, this is the recursive search, grep r todo, searches every file in the current folder. So our search part here is done. Next we'll go with find. Searches for files or folders. So basically this is what it does. It finds, it searches for files or folder. For example, I have mentioned here example find name txt. So finds all the text files if you give this command. So basically grep searches inside file, and whereas find, it searches for file. I hope the difference is clear. Next we'll discuss about file permission. Permission decide who can read, write or run a file. There are three different permission: R, W and X. I have mentioned here. So R here is our read, W means write and X means execute. There are three users. Basically there are three users. First one is owner, group and other. Right. So suppose you are having this. For example, RW, XR, file, something like this, right? So the owner has read, write and execute, and group has read, execute, and others have read only. So this is what it means. You can see here RWX, right? Owner can read, write, execute, and others can only read. And you can see here change permission also, it can be done. This is the basic command given here. So here 7 is equals to read plus write plus execute. So this is what it means: read, write and execute. And 5 means, what does it mean? R is nothing but your read and X is nothing but execute. So 5 is equals to read and execute, and other same, read and execute. This is what it means. Next we'll move forward with our pipelines and redirection chaining command. This is one of the most powerful feature of Linux. Sometimes one command gives a lot of output. Instead of reading everything, we can send the output of one command to another command or save it into a file. This is done using pipes and redirection. All these symbols have different meaning. One by one I'll explain in brief. First we'll see about pipe. So this is a symbol, you can see here, right? This is a symbol. The pipe sends the output of one command as an input to another command. So basically think of it like a water pipe. The first command produces data, the pipe carries the data, and the second command uses the data. For instance, suppose you're having this is the example over here which I have taken. So 1s minus LA pipeline here, and grep, I said earlier what grep means, right? And WC minus 1. Let's understand it step by step. So first command, show all the file and folder with details. Suppose the output is like note, data, photo, all these files, right? And second step which I have given is filter only text file. Out of this file just filter only text file. That is what I have given command over here. And the last step, WC minus 1, count the number of line. That is what I have given. Out of all the text files, just count the number of line. So the complete command tells us there are 3 text files in this folder. I hope this is clear. And next, moving with output redirection. All these things are output redirection. This symbol saves the output into a file. right. So over here you can see I have taken one example, 1s, right, and this is output redirection. So this symbol is nothing but output redirection. This is what it means, list.txt. So what happens if you give this command, 1s displays file, instead of showing them on screen, Linux stores the output in list text. If this file already if this file already exists, its old contents are replaced. Basically this is what it happens. And the next one is append redirection. If you see two of this, it means append redirection. This also saves output to a file. The difference is this overwrites the file, but whereas append redirection, it adds new content at the end. Example here you can see here, echo hi, append redirection, and log text. If log text already contains today is Monday, after the command today is Monday, hello, this is what it does. Nothing is deleted in this. And finally, input redirection. This symbol gives a file has input to a command. For example, you can see over here, sort input redirection names dot text. Right, this is what it is. This sort command reads the file and display. This is what it does. So I'll just give you a simple difference among all these three. Basically, the first, it says save output to a file, overwriting existing content. And the second, append redirection, it says save output to a file. That's it. And the last one is read input from file. All these different command has different work in here. And next, moving forward, we'll discuss about wildcards, matching many files at once. Suppose you have 100 files in a folder. Instead of typing every file name one by one, Linux provides wildcards. Wildcards are special symbols that help us to select multiple files with one command. So this is what it means. They save time and make our work very easier. All this different command has different work. So this is asterisk, and this means match anything. It can represent 0, 1 or many characters. Here I have taken one example, rm asterisk. Suppose the folder contains many files like error log, system log file, and so on. The command deletes all its files, deletes every log file. And the next one is question mark. Basically the question matches exactly one character. And the last one is square bracket. Square brackets match one character from a given set or range. So here you can see there is a range, right? Suppose you are having like image 1 2 3 4. The command matches all this. It gives image 1 2 3, all those things. Basically, why are wildcards useful? So they work with many files at once, right? Save time, avoid typing long files name, make Linux command more powerful here. So again, the first one, asterisk, it means matches any number of characters, and question mark matches exactly one character, and lastly matches one character from a set of range. Right, I hope it is clear. And we'll discuss about combine and automate. First we'll discuss about environment variables and path. In Linux, some information is stored in environmental variables, right? An environment variable is a named variable that stores information which the shell and program can use. You can think of it has a setting that Linux remembers while you are using the terminal. What exactly is an environmental variable? It is like a label with a value. For example, you can see here export name is equals to Alex. This is what you are given. Here export tells Linux to create a environment variable. And what is variable here? Name is the variable name. And Alex is the variable stored in it. Now remember, name is equals to Alex. Displaying the variable to see value stored in a variable using echo command. If you give echo and this command here, the output which we can see is Alex. So what do we use $sign for? The symbol tells bash, show me the value stored in this variable. Without this symbol, Linux thinks name is just a normal text. By using this symbol, we will get our output. So if you give this output, you will get your name, and name contains your variable Alex. Right. So hope you are clear with environmental variable, and next we'll discuss about path. Path is one of the most important environment variable in Linux. It tells Linux where to look for programs when you type a command. For example, when you type 1s, Linux has to find where the 1s program is stored. It checks the folder listed in path variable until it finds the program. Right. So here I have given one example. By typing this command echo path, you'll get an output here. This is the output we can see. Each folder is separated by a colon. Linux searches for left to right. For example, if you have given user local bin, it searches from right to left. As soon as the Linux finds the program, it runs it. In real life, imagine you are looking for a book. You search library 123. As soon as you find the book, you stop searching, right? Linux does exactly the same with the path. And why path is important? Without path, Linux would not know where programs are located. Instead of typing 1s, you would have to type full location such as bin, L1s, complete location. Because path already contains bin, Linux automatically finds the 1s command for you. I hope you're clear with this. So we'll move next with installing software package managers. Just like we install apps such as WhatsApp, Chrome, and others from Play Store, right, and App Store, Linux we use a package manager to install software. A package manager is a tool that downloads, installs, updates, and removes software automatically. So instead of searching for software on internet and installing it manually, Linux does everything for you. What is a package? So basically, package is a software application along with all the files in it to run. It may contain like Git, Python, VLC Media, VS Code. These applications are available as packages, right? And now, what is a package manager? A package manager downloads software, installs it, updates it, removes it when no longer needed. Suppose in your window, if you download a new application, a package manager is also downloaded with it, right? It automatically installs, updates, all it is done together only because you have installed package manager. It also installs any required dependency automatically. This is what it does. Automatically does all the work. Different Linux distribution use different package managers. This all the three different package managers which I have involved here. We'll see one by one. The first one is apt. So this is used in Ubuntu and Debian. You can see here, this is one example I have taken, sudo apt install git. Here sudo is the run command with admin which I have involved using this package manager which is apt. Now coming to the next, this is one more package manager which is dnf. It is used in Fedora, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHEL is what it is called. And you can see here, it is a command here. It performs the same task as apt. This is also package manager. This is also package manager. So this is, I have given instruction here. But on Fedora and REHEL system. So this runs only on this Linux. And lastly, brew. So this is used in Mac OS. And I have given example here, brew install git. So homebrew is the package manager for Mac OS. Before installing software, it is a good practice to update the package list. Right. Next, we'll move forward with managing running program. Whenever you open an application or run a command in Linux, it becomes a process. A process is simply a program that is currently running. For instance, opening Google Chrome creates a process, right? Playing music creates a process. Running a Python program creates a process. Linux allows us to view, monitor, stop, and manage this running process. All these are processes I have enlisted here. The first one, PSAUX. So this command displays all the running process on system. It shows information such as user running the process, CPU usage, memory usage, all those things. In real life, imagine a company with many employees working. PSAUX gives you a list of every employee and what they are doing. Similarly, it shows every program currently running. So basically, it lists all the running processes. And the next is top. The top command displays a live view of system activity. It continuously updates information such as CPU usage, memory, RAM usage, running process. It is like the task manager in Windows. You can watch which program is using the most CPU or memory. So to exit top, just press Q. If live demonstration, I will just show how it is done. And coming to the command, suppose you run a program that takes a long time. Normally, your terminal waits until it finishes. If you add at the end, the programs run in the background. This means the program keeps running. You can continue using the terminal for other commands without any interruption, right? In real life, for example, think of cooking rice in a rice cooker. You start the cooker and then do other work while the rice cooks. Running a command with and works the same way. Run a command in the background. So simply this is what it means. And fourth is kill 1234. What does it do? Sometimes a program freezes or stops responding. You can stop it using this command kill 123. Here kill means stop the process. 1234 is the process ID. Also it is PID. It is referred to PID. Linux sends a signal asking the process to terminate. So this is what the command you are giving. Stop the process with ID number 1234. So basically it stops the process, the thing. And we'll see ours Ctrl+C. It's a command running in the terminal and you want to stop it immediately. So what you have to do is just click Ctrl+C. If you give this command keeps running continuously, and by using this command it stops. And last we will discuss about jobs. So basically this command lists all the background job running in the current terminal. It tells you which program are running in the background. Basically this is what it does. It gives a list of all the programs running in the background. And why is process management important? Basically it helps to check whether the program running, monitor CPU and memory usage, stop frozen application, run multiple tasks, and improve system performance. This is what it does. So PSAUX shows all the running processes, top, live view of CPU, memory and process, command and runs a command in the background. Kill PID stops a process using its process ID. Ctrl+C stops the current running command. And lastly, jobs list background job in the current terminal. I hope you understood this. And next we'll see about first bash script. So far we have learned individual Linux command, right? But imagine you have to run 10 commands every day. Trying them one by one is time consuming. Instead, we can write all the commands in bash script and run them together. So, a bash script is a text file. It is a text file that contains Linux command. When you run the script, the bash executes all the commands automatically. So basically what bash means or stands here is bash is nothing but bourne again shell. It is a default command interpreter in most Linux system. So basically bash script usually have the extension dot sh. So usually they have dot sh. So this is what dash means. For example, backup.sh. So this is bash. So on top of every bash script, you will see this. You can see over here hashtag exclamatory slash pin slash bash. This is called the shebang. So this is you call it as shebang. At top of every bash script, you will see this. This is called shebang. It tells Linux run the script using bash shell. Without the shebang, Linux may not know which interpreter should execute the script. Right. Variable. We'll discuss about variable. The script contains name is equals to world. Here, name is a variable, and in this variable, inside this box, we are having what world. So world is its value. We can print the variable using this command echo print. It means print hello and name. So output will get hello world. If you change the value, name is equals to Arun or something like that, and you will get the output your name. This is what it does, hello and your name instead of world. So variable makes script flexible because you can change the variable without changing the whole script, right? So first we discussed about shebang. Now we'll discuss about if slash else slash fi. An if statement is used to make a decision, so runs codes only when a condition is true. Imagine you are leaving home. If it is raining, take a umbrella. Else, don't take a umbrella. The script follows the same logic. If it is true, it will give a decision. And for the next one, for done repeats block. Next, we'll move forward with shortcuts that save your hearts. So basically, this is all I have done. Now we'll see. When working in Linux, you may type hundreds of commands every day, but Linux provides keyboard shortcuts that help you work faster, save time, and avoid typing the same command repeatedly. You don't need to type the commands repeatedly. Instead of that, if you once you give, it automates. These shortcuts are used daily by Linux users, system administrators, and software developers. All these shortcuts I have given here, we'll see one by one. Firstly, tab autocomplete file and folder names. So the tab key automatically completes the file name, folder name, and command. For instance, for example, we'll take suppose you have folder name documents, right? Instead of typing cd document, you can type cd doc. Then press tab. Linux automatically completes it to cd documents. You are just given a shortcut. Suppose you are given cd, right, and you are given doc. It will fulfill all the missing characters. So basically, it is used to save time, prevents typing mistake, and helps remember long file name. And next is up arrow and down arrow, the second one. This key let you view previously executed command. If you previously run 1s pwd mkdir node, suppose if I'm just taking an example, pressing up arrow and pressing up arrow again, this is useful. You will just get a previously executed command in simple manner. If you give this command, it just show your previous command. And Control R, search history command. If you have executed many commands and wanted to find one quickly, press this command and you can see your history. and the next is Ctrl+C. Previously, as I said, this is a command which is used to stop a running command, nothing but. So I'll not go in depth. So Ctrl+L, clear the screen. After running many commands, the terminal becomes cluttered, right? So what do you do? You just simply click this command and it clears the screen. This clears the terminal screen. It works like the clear button. It only clears what you see on the screen. It does not delete files or command history. And finally, we'll discuss about alias. It create your own shortcut. An alias is a custom shortcut for a long command. Suppose you have this command. Now instead of typing 1s minus 1a, you only need to type 1 1. Linux automatically runs the command. This saves time, especially for command you use frequently. For real life example, think of a smartphone. You create a home screen shortcut for your favorite app instead of searching for it every time. Similarly, an alias is a shortcut for long Linux command. Why are this shortcut important? So it works faster, reduce typing, avoid mistakes, improve productivity. So basically, tab or autocomplete commands, files, and folders, as I said earlier, and up and down arrows browse previous command. Control R search command history. Control C stops the running command. Control L clears the terminal screen. Alias create a custom shortcut for a command. I hope clear. And now I'll show you a simple demonstration of Linux and Bash using Google Colab. So in this you don't need to install any software separately. You can just do it here. So first if you go to Chrome and type this thing, you'll get the first link here. Welcome to Colab. Click on this. Wait for a few seconds. Once it's done, yes. After clicking on the link, you'll get something like this. This is the interface. And firstly, this is the interface of Google Colab. You can see there are multiple options, right? File, edit, view, insert, all those things. So first click on File and New Notebook in the drive. Click on this first. Once it is loaded, you'll get something like this. We have got this. So this is the space where you're gonna give command, and one by one I'll show you all the commands which I previously explained and what it does. So firstly, we'll check our current directory. To check our current directory, we have to give our input, right? So first we have to give exclamatory mark and pwd. So what does it do? It shows where you are in the Linux file system, right? So you can either click on this icon or you can just simply click shift enter. So once you have clicked, wait for a few seconds, you'll get green tick over here. It is loading. So you have given your input, so you'll get the output. So right now we are in the content section. So this gives us current directory, right? And for list files and folder, we are gonna give one more command. So this is the command. Yes. So I have given this command. So it lists all the files and folder here, right? So next, to create file, I have previously said what to give the command. So first we are going to give exclamatory mark, then mkdir. So this creates the folder. And for now we are going to create a demo file, Linux demo. So we have given the input here, right? And for now we're going to enter. Yes. So the file is ready, I guess. And firstly we have checked the current directory, then list of file, Then we created a folder, and now to move into the folder and create a file, we can give this code. So cd is copy, create, copy. So Linux demo. So it is displaying hello text. So what does it do? It moves into the folder and creates a file. Right now it has created a file here, and to write text into the files, we can give this command. Go. For now, I'm giving hello Linux. So now we're gonna give this. I hope everyone knows this redirectory. Next demo. So writing text into the file. So I given this, and for this file. Now we run this. Okay, if you get the error, don't worry. Firstly, we'll see what we have done here. Firstly, we have given a command here. Let's see what we are lacking behind. Firstly, we have created a folder. Then we have moved and we have entered the text. And here, if you get a small error, even if you miss a small character, just a character, you'll get entire command wrong. So this is what happened here. So we got our input right, so we got our output correct. So it all depends on the command. If you just miss out a few simple detail, you will get your entire command error. So now we can read our file. So to read our file, we are gonna use cat. Then so let's run our yes. So presently there is no such file or directory. Just for sample, I have taken this. Right. And for the next, so here what we have done, we have read the file. So next we are gonna copy the file. To copy the file, we are gonna use this command. So cp means copy. As I said earlier, cp means copy. We're gonna copy this as well. So we have given our command here. Once if we have a file, it will just copy. But right now I have not given any particular file here. And for rename, we can give this command. First we copy text, copy text file, then Linux demo new file. Once if you start doing this, it will be very easier. Just need to do and practice for as long as possible. Basically what you're trying to do is you're learning this language. So basically you're giving the way how you can talk to your computer. There's a simple thing. So this is the command which is used to rename the file. So all these commands have different outputs, right? And this was a command which I used to rename the file. Suppose you want to delete. So you can use this command. So exclamatory rm and your file name. Let's copy this file. So I have copied this file. So we're gonna give new file. So this is a new file, right? And now Linux demo. So the command is right, but we don't have any file right now here. So this is what it is showing. So this is a command which is used to delete, right? So to display the current user, there is one more command. So exclamatory who who am I. So this is the command root. Yes, look at this. Just you are given command display the current user. The current user is root. So I have not logged in here for now. Now to show the operating system, you can just simply type uname. Just look at this. So the operating system right now we are using is Linux. Operating system such as mm, Windows, Mac OS, Android, all those things are operating system, and Linux is also operating system, which we discussed earlier in this video, right? So right now the operating system which I'm using here is Linux. So this is the Linux. And to check disk usage, you can just simply type our code here. Just look at this. We have got entire usage of disk right here. You can see all those things: size, used, availability, percentage of usage, and location. All those things you can see over here. So just as simply I gave this command. So I hope everyone are clear with this. So pwd shows us current directory, 1s shows us list files and folder, mkdir shows us gives us creates a directory. So touch. So this touch shows creates an empty file, and this echo writes text in it, and cat display file content, and cp it does copy the file, mv move or rename the file, rm deletes the file, who am I shows the current user, uname displays Linux system information, and lastly df shows disk space. So I hope you are all clear with this. So these are the basic commands used in Linux. If you have any query, you can just simply contact at this number, or you can just email us, and that's it. Thank you for